Example 10. I'm going to convert 6,400 pounds to metric tons. Now, metric tons is MT. So I go to my chart and I find metric tons, but I notice that metric tons is given in kilograms. So I'm not going from metric tons to pounds. I got to go metric tons to kilograms and then kilograms and pounds. So I'm going to need two conversion factors this time. Metric tons to kilograms, kilograms to pounds. So I've written both of those here. So a metric ton is 1,000 kilograms, and a pound is 0.453592 kilograms. So what we do is we write down what we want to start with, 6,400 pounds, and I've got to go from there to kilograms, and from kilograms to metric tons. So notice how I did this. I want to get rid of pounds, so there's pounds on top and on bottom. Then I want to get rid of kilograms, kilograms on top and on bottom, and that means my final answer will be in metric tons. So the conversion factor between kilograms and pounds is 1 pound is 0.45359 kilograms, and 1 metric ton is 1,000 kilograms. So notice I'm going to multiply 6,400 times 0.453592, and then since the thousands on the bottom, I'm going to, at the end, divide by 1,000. So 6,400 times 0.453592 divided by 1,000 is 2.9 metric tons. 2.9 metric tons. So here's an example of if you don't have a direct conversion factor, you may have to include more than one to get to your final answer. Number 11. In roofing, the unit 1 square means 100 square feet. So we want to convert 2 squares, okay? So if you've got 2 squares, that's going to be 200 square feet, right? Because you got 2 times 100, and we want to change those over to square meters. So that's what they've asked us to do. We're going to go to square meters. So we're going to go square feet to square meters. So we're going to have 200 square feet times, we want to get rid of square feet, put it on the bottom, and put square meters. I'm going to just put the meter square, the shortcut there. Let me write it a little better. So it's going to be square feet and square meters, and the square feet and the square feet are going to cancel out, and I'll have square meters as my answer. So I need a conversion factor for square feet and square meters. So go over to our chart, and we're looking for square feet and square meters. All right, and let's see. I see a yard to a square meter. I'm looking right here in these because, look, this is inches and feet. And let's see, here we go. A square meter is 10.76391. 1 square meter is 10.76391 square feet. So I'll write that over here. I've got 1 square meter is 10.76391. So I'm going to end up dividing this time. So 200 divided by 10.76391 is about 18.58. So to one decimal place, 18.6 square meters. This comes out to about 18.6 square meters. Number 12, 3.9 inches to centimeters. So I need 3.9 inches. I want to get rid of inches and end up in centimeters. So the inches will cancel out and centimeters will be left. So inches to centimeters. Go back to my chart. And here it is. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Since those are both on top, I multiply 3.9 times 2.54, and that's 9.906. And to the nearest tenth is one decimal place, so 9.9 centimeters. Number 13, 262 square feet to square meters. And we just did one of those earlier. So 262 square feet and 1 square meter is 10.76391 square feet. So the square feet are going to be gone because one unit's on top and one's on the bottom. My answer is now going to be in square meters. And I need to divide because the 262 is on top and the 10.76391 is on the bottom. And when I do that, I get 24.34, and they want it to the nearest tenth, which is one place. So 24.3 square meters and 262 square feet. Okay, last one. This one is different because we have to use a formula. This is a temperature conversion, and the system that we typically use here is degrees Fahrenheit, where 0 degrees doesn't really mean anything. So 32 degrees is freezing, and water boils at 212 degrees. Okay, but in degrees Celsius, 0 degrees does mean something. That's freezing. And 100 degrees is where water boils. The numbers are just a little bit easier in the metric system, but we just don't use those. But we can convert back and forth between Celsius and Fahrenheit. If we're looking for Fahrenheit, we have to use this first formula, 9/5 C plus 32. And you will be given the formula. You don't have to memorize it. It'll be given to you within the problem on the test. So what I want to look at is, here's my Celsius side here, and I'm at minus 20. So look, here's minus 20 on the Celsius side. So you can see it looks like it's about -4 degrees, but let's do it by the formula. They're having you do it by looking at a thermometer, but let's confirm that with our formula. So the Fahrenheit degrees that we want is 9/5 times -20 plus 32. Okay, so we got a fraction and an integer to be multiplied. So you can do top times top, bottom times bottom, or we can take a little shortcut and say 5 into 20 is going to be a 4. And I've got a positive times a negative, so that's going to be negative 36 plus 32, and that does in fact come out to negative 4 degrees. So negative 20 degrees Celsius is negative 4 degrees Fahrenheit.